Now, see, I'm thinking I'm not going to have a second floor. Now, here's a problem here. I kind of want the roof to do this number. That's going to make this look kind of weird. Eh, we'll see what happens. We need lots of steps. So he's basically chasing the crowd. Everybody flees. Outside, the shooter gets in a car and drives away. And dead guy comes running out, and as the cops are coming up, one of them flips out when he sees the guy, crashes into him, cuts him in half, after he's been trampled by the crowd even. So this poor guy was having a bad day. The two guys, the two player characters stay long enough to be questioned. And, this is interesting. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Oh, I did. That doesn't work. I did like so. By police. I don't like that. So we're just going to go like this. They're questioned by police. They didn't see much. I mean, they saw the shooting and all that stuff, but one of them's rich, the other guy's an out-of-towner, and the cops let him go in the long run. And they go back to the house and basically go to sleep. They're just like, we're done. We're done with this terrible day. Which is pretty smart. It works. How many half slabs? Ow! I was trying to land there. Here we go. I think if we do this, it'll work. It'll not look too terribly bad. I don't know. I don't know if this is a good design or not. I'm afraid it's going to look really dumb or dumpy or just bad. So we'll find out, I guess. For now, we're not going to worry about gables and stuff or a second floor. But that might be something that comes later. We'll see. Damn it. Anyway, so the next day they learn about the band leader, Mitch Wester, showed up. He saw that the one guy had been, had blood all over him, so he's like, "You've been hit." When he found out he wasn't, he left, but he dropped a card about a funeral the next day. So after doing a little, I don't ever have what I need. I need this and about a fourth of this. So they had. For the funeral. It was at a black funeral home in Harlem. And when they got there, people were looking at them weird, like, who the hell are you? So they explained that they wanted to come pay respects. They heard about the man's death, blah, blah, blah. People were impressed by that. Because this is white people in the 1920s treating black people, like people. So, and I mean, that kind of fits. That happens especially a lot in Call of Cthulhu. Because, we're our mentality of today. We put it onto our characters, and you want to be a good person. So, I should have done all the way around kind of roof, but we'll see how this looks. Ooh, this is going to be tough. Tough and stiff. What I might have to do is pull out part of this tree. Come back and fix it after I'm finished. Yeah. So right now we can just boop, boop. Ooh, I can't get by on this side at all. So during the they're doing a procession afterwards. Going to the cemetery, and during the procession, Leroy Turner shows up and comes to play. People are like, "Oh, he's so good," blah blah blah. Oh yeah, they had noticed he had a crackled silver horn with a crackled silver trumpet with 4 valves, which is unique, if not completely unheard of. It's an interesting design. I don't know. We're going to see. We shall see. So he starts playing, and all of a sudden the coffin starts like kicking, and the pallbearers drop it, and they're freaking out because the top of the coffin comes busting open, and out pops the gentleman who had died. He finds his wife. He holds her by the legs. He's crying. She's crying. He realizes he's dead, and he promptly drops dead. So everybody's freaking out. People are claiming that the funeral home directors did not properly, buried alive. They were going to bury him alive. So it's bad for them. It's kind of bad for them. And So, the situation actually gets calmed by what's his name, Cloverfield, who says he'll pay for the whole funeral. Blah, 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 blah. So that kind of worked out. Then they go talk to Leroy Turner. Now, Turner, they're trying to find out where he got the horn. Turner says he got it from Louis Armstrong, who met him in an alley a few days before, and just gave it to him. Like, hey, here you go. Good job. You're a guy. Okay. Might look okay. We'll see. We still have this to do. On each side. Anyway, so he says Louis Armstrong gave it to him. They try to buy it off of him. Cloverfield does. He says, no, I can't sell this horn. He tells them about his girlfriend Marnie, who died. Okay, there's the way to that. Oh, shoot. We've got to put some light up here. Because some of these are not the correct backwards facing. That should probably do it, actually. There's probably going to be a window there, so we got to fix that. Anyway, so he's all sad about Marnie, his ex-girlfriend who died. He won't sell the horn, and they're like, okay, whatever, we're not going to steal it from him, which was cool. Because, I don't know how we would have handled that, actually. And, oh yeah, we gotta get up here. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do up there. Now, am I gonna add a little loft? I suppose I could. Let's make a day and take a look at this thing and see how it's coming. Anyway, so he leaves. They leave. They use the telephone. They're trying to get a hold of, who are they calling? I can't remember who they were calling. But they were calling, they were trying to make a phone call. They're trying to figure out what's going on. And let's go away and we're just take a look at how this thing has, how it's going. I don't want to be here. And if it looks any good. I'm worried about that. So, as they come out, they see the gray Packard, the same gray Packard, snatch up. I don't like those at all. They're coming down. I'm kind of liking the rest of it, though. It's very tall. Taller than I expected it to be. Let's take those things off the roof real quick, and then we'll figure out from there what we're going to do. Yeah, I don't like these. Yeah, I don't like these at all. We're just going to leave it like we usually do it. I prefer it that way, actually. So, they see him get kidnapped. They go to the police. They tell him. They also go check out. Cloverfield uses his money to bribe a bunch of cops to check out the mugshots and to find the little man that did the killing. They finally find him, Joey Lawrence. Let's see how this looks then. And they bribe a police officer to tell them... Oh, shoot. They bribe a police officer who's on the take to tell them where they might find him. And so they head to that place later that night, and they spot these guys, these gangsters with Leroy Turner. Joey Lawrence claims, Lawrence? I forget his last name. Yeah, I like that a lot better. It's simpler, but I like it better. Damn, looks like almost like a church with all these long windows. I might change those to big windows instead of tall windows. But we'll see. So, I'm going to need to get some glass. I mean, I can knock these guys out. Right now it looks like the little chapel on the hill. And I figure there's going to be storage up here somehow. I could put a little room up there, possibly. I mean, this ladder could extend, and I could, probably will, probably put a little room up here. Oh, you know what we need, though? Some windows. Oh, you can't see him from there.